Hello everyone, Krydax here, and welcome back to Freight Forwarding. We have done a little bit of work since the last episode. You'll notice the transceiver is 86% done, which is pretty great. Still not done though, there's a lot left. So I had to do quite a few things. Let's first take a look at the tech card production over the last, however many hours it's been. And you can see we've had a pretty stable production around 100 per second. There were a couple dips. I'm trying to remember what this was. I think it was me realizing I don't have enough copper. I think there was one near the beginning, which was me realizing I didn't have enough titanium. So we've had to fix both of those things. Titanium was solved pretty easily. Not right there, up here. I just copied what I had set up for the cobalt, and now I have plenty of titanium, so that was nothing big there. And then the other thing we did was copper. Now I was like, look, I'm not gonna make copper and ship it over here. Let's just see if we can make some free copper out of wood. And it turns out it's actually not that bad. I set up one of them and, doing all the speed beacon thing. Mostly efficiency in the matter plants so that they require only minimum power, which is like what, 16, 30, 45 megawatts for that. Plus these are all about a megawatt. So, it's like 100 megawatts or something. And we end up getting about 30 copper a second for free out of just power. Apart from the modules, it's a fairly high investment of speed modules, but other than that, it's just free copper. And so I copy pasted that twice and then thrice because we needed some extra copper. So this one feeds into assisting the copper input from Icy Island, and the other two are just going directly to LDS because LDS is the choke point right now. Everything else is backed up, and it's going at the rate that I can produce LDS. So that is the holdup at the moment. And that's basically all there is to it. Not a blue belt, more like a red belt. Technically, I think I only need 2 of these 3. Because I think these make, 24. So it's only slightly more than 30. It's like 31 or something copper a second. But yeah, it's pretty great. I mean, if I were to go towards mega basing things, I would probably just do this in large amount. UPS would be a problem eventually if I were doing it this way. So, that's something to consider because it would be cheaper to probably find, some massive patch of iron and turn iron into matter because that makes a lot more matter per resource. Or even oil might be the most efficient, although fluids are pretty inefficient. I'm not sure. Maybe raw imersite to matter might be the best, because then you can just get straight up like imersite gets mined really fast from the drills. So just turning all imersite, I don't know actually what the most efficient way to do it would be. Dave, I think this would be worse on UPS because you need a lot more greenhouses and you've got fluid calculations and a lot of inserters rather than just miners inserting directly onto belts. I think mining, assuming you have pollution turned off at that point because you're doing mega basing, I think mining for your matter would be probably more efficient than greenhousing for it. I'm talking full mega base, which we're not doing. Mining directly into a matter plant. There you go. Yeah, the new FFF announcement yesterday was about the cliffs and rivers, so that's pretty exciting. Just much more beautiful world. I was actually really impressed with how the final product looked. Feels much more real at the same time as being much more playable. And I like that. you know, it's nothing major, right? But it's all those little things that make the game feel better without you even realizing it. And I think adding a bunch of those features is going to take the game from a 10 out of 10 to an 11 out of 10. Ye7, I am returning to Pionadon Season 2 after we complete Factorio freight forwarding. So there's already a bit of a head start on that. And wait a second, an overhaul on fluid mechanics hinted at? I missed that. Oh, and I had to do one interesting thing with these matter stabilizers. Oh, that's what it was. That's why I wasn't producing singularity science for a while, is these had to build up enough extra because I'm carrying them to make the copper plates, and then I'm active providing the empty ones, and it basically I need a buffer because this has to request enough that it can, you know, the lag time from a bot to carry it all the way is enough to provide it before it's used up all of them. So these need to request like 60 or 70 each, and then that creates a large delay. And then I prioritized that by having the singularity science is only allowed to eat matter stabilizers if I have at least 100 in the network. So that's how that works. Nothing crazy, nothing we haven't seen before. I had to kill a few biters. I was just leaving the game running in the background, alt-tabbing out of it. And at one point I alt-tabbed back in and I saw a flashing thing down here, and one of these laser turrets had gotten damaged because some biters had expanded into the pollution cloud that we're making over here. So I had to kill a few more. I didn't do anything crazy. I also realized these guys were almost out of fuel, so I had to send them back to base. But that's about it. Mostly just idle time, other than setting up the copper and titanium. And there might have been one or two other small things that I did, but nothing major. Yeah, something with components happened, and I don't remember what it was. I think I redirected components somewhere, and then they got backed up, and it seems like I fixed it again. I don't even really remember what I did. Anything else going on that's interesting? I don't think so. So we're basically just waiting for this research to get done. And then once the research is done, we will be able to work on actually activating the transceiver. Now, if memory serves, it takes a lot of power. So what I'm also going to do in that time is make more of these guys. And what also might be good is adding more power storage. Would be a good way, almost like using these as accumulators. Let's do this with an overflow valve in between. And then that will kind of turn these tanks into lots of dense energy storage, and then we can add turbines without having to, you know, add a whole new reactor. Although, I don't even know if that's that worth it, because I might... Not that hard to add a fusion reactor. How long is it going to take for the research to finish? Sorry, I have some things I need to catch up on, chat-wise. The research looks like... it's been going for roughly 8 hours, but probably only about 6 if you count the rate we're at. So somewhere in the realm of 30 to 50 minutes, maybe. Okay. Let's see. You guys were saying Arendelle said he rather worked on that than overhauling liquids. Oh, right. Originally complex, you said, would you recommend this mod pack challenge? Yes. It depends on what kind of gameplay you like. I think this gameplay has really lent itself to kind of slow, methodical, building things big. Train networks on the island, you know, lots of ore patches. I think overall, I would say yes, I've really enjoyed it. There have been a few things I didn't love. The cobalt imbalance, like needing way too much cobalt, was a little annoying. I think it would be about right if you only needed like 2 or 3 seamounts. But I did 20x science, and so that's on me. I think Factorio 2 and freight forwarding aren't perfectly balanced for each other. I think being able to make everything out of matter in the end game kind of nullifies any of the need for forwarding any freight. So if you're really into the freight forwarding bit, I think Factorio might hurt more than it helps. But it also gives more game to play. If you're just playing vanilla freight forwarding, you're kind of doing a lot of freight forwarding work for only like 1 or 2 resources that you didn't have on your main island. And then you're going to get to a rocket much sooner and win much sooner. So I would only do vanilla freight forwarding if you are interested in going past a rocket launch and doing like a big base at the end. Otherwise, I don't think you'll get the full gameplay out of it. Whereas with Factorio, we really did have to do like military trains, you know, set up all the boats and stuff. We had to do all of that to even be able to get to a point where we could win the game. So in that sense, I think Factorio is good along with freight forwarding. 20 times science multiplier is pretty big. I'd say maybe go for 5 or 10 if you're not interested in like really painful science. You can just do 1x, of course. I think 1x is too small. At this point, I would even say like 2 or 3 should be your minimum. Because 1 times science multiplier, just everything's so cheap to research. Yeah, and I am with you, Wascally. I actually don't think this is going to help anything. So I'm just going to delete these. Because, really, I'm going to have to build extra turbines to use those up anyway, and I might as well just throw an extra fusion reactor on there. What happened here? I don't know what that was. So what we're going to do is just build a crap ton more fusion reactors. Three, 4, 5. Let's go with 6 for now. And then we'll need a couple water pumps. And the reason I need 2 is that I need 200 per fusion reactor. So that's gonna be 1200 water, which is a little bit more than can fit in 1 pipe in terms of throughput. So I'm just gonna do the last 2. Have a different pump. Okay. That should manage the mischief, as it were. I don't know how the production is gonna keep up. Let's double check on that. And by production, I mean production of fusion turbines. Oh yeah, that was one thing I noticed. I don't remember when, but this wasn't running because this inserter that's taking from the chest and inserting into the turbines had titanium in its hand. So this never ran once. The only reason it hadn't broken that we had noticed is because I had so many steam turbines in the network. So, yeah. Now, the question of can I keep that many fueled is a different one. We should let DT fuel build up a bit, I think. A bit more. Oh, wait, what are we... We need more empties? I have empties. What's going on? Oh, I don't have empties. I just... When I made this change I never fixed that, apparently. So here we go. Oh, and I can easily improve that to be the new beacons. To make it a lot faster. So we can get some more heavy water here. Just one cell more over. In fact, I think that's worth moving those over. I just realized the game's not making sound. Why is the game not making sound? Can you guys hear the game? Oh, I had it muted. There we go. There we go. I was like, something feels off with my experience of sound. Oh, that's annoying. Okay. There we go. Okay. Now that's kind of annoying, but that was just for advanced fuel, so that doesn't matter too much. Does it? I guess I can just remove that. There we go. Speed. So that's 10.7, and these are 50. Yeah, that's a little imbalanced. Okay, so we still need more heavy water. Honestly, though, I don't think I do. Each of these is 10 gigajoules. I think we'll be okay. I only need 100 to make a terajoule. So. Oh, you didn't get Factorio up and running? That's a bummer. We should have reactors. Why are we not making fusion reactors? I checked on the turbines. I did not check on the reactors. So the turbines are lacking titanium, and I'm guessing those are... What? Concrete? Concrete? What is wrong with concrete? I haven't touched concrete in ages. Oh, iron ore. Interesting. I wonder... Oh, was I supplying it from this patch? I bet I was. Yep. Okay, that's interesting. Didn't expect that to be an issue. And titanium also needs to be provided in a buffer chest. Wait, but I am. Oh, I need to set request from buffer chests on all the things that request titanium. Ugh, that's a lot, isn't it? That could be an issue. I wonder if that's gonna break. Not if it's gonna break other things, I wonder how many other things it will break, is the better way to phrase that. God, what all does titanium go into? Flying robot frames. Yep, that's gonna matter. I don't think any of these other ones matter, because they're on belts. Maybe stack inserters. Okay, that's not that bad. So, oh yeah, this is what I did. I had to add more flying robot frames too, because they were going too slow. So I added a bunch more of those. Turns out they're backed up. Yeah, that's about right, E7. Stack inserter. Okay, so you need them. And what else? Where's the regular stack inserter? Where are you? Like playing Where's Waldo? There's regular inserters. Where are stack inserters? I feel like I've looked everywhere. Are they not here? Are they over here? Oh, there they are. There it is. Boom. Okay. And then I want to say titanium goes on green belts too, right? Or does it not? Is that just steel? No, it does. Okay. That should be all the things that matter. And that'll get those things running again. And now we gotta fix the concrete issue. That's concrete, baby! To be honest, I don't really understand that meme, but it makes me laugh every time I see it. Make it from matter. Oh, you know, that would be easy. But at this point, we've already got an entire iron mine. So all I need to do is put some of the iron ore into one of these things. So I feel like this is a little easier at this point. I can just copy this because it's already all set up to accept it this way. So this is all I need to do. Iron ore stacks to 25, so 250. And that's done. So yeah, I mean, I could do a million other things other than what I just did, but that seems easy now. That's funny, Complex. You just like 99% finished the game, but didn't want to idle for a few hours. And honestly, in my mind, as much as I love Factorio 2, please don't hear me hating on Factorio, but that's not great design. Because that just leads players to essentially get, I don't know if stuck is the right word, but it's like, what's the point of it taking 30 terajoules when time is something that's free? You know, it's hard in games to balance for time, because if it takes long enough, it kind of forces the player to upgrade their power generation. But there's kind of that awkward space of like 2 to 10 hours that kind of gets you like, oh, well, I could just idle for 10 hours, so why do more work to bring that down to 2 hours, right? And so it's kind of like, you know, I don't know. It's this weird gap of like, it almost needs to require so much power that you have to do a whole new method. Otherwise, it would take hundreds of hours. And then, you know, then it's like, okay, you have to get the antimatter power plants. It's literally the only way to do it. But I think as it is, there are other ways to do it, though we're still not getting fusion reactors. So I'm still doing something wrong over here, I think. Oh, the concrete. Okay, that should resume shortly. Yes, it has resumed. Though it is slow. We can upgrade this. Like I said, I haven't touched this in about 1 billion years, so let's juice it up a little bit. There we go. Yeah, the antimatter power is great. I just would have to research it, and I want to say it's expensive. Yeah, it's almost as expensive as the transceiver research, so it would take another 8 hours of everything running or something for me to even get there. So that's not worth it. I think this whole time we've had about 5 to 10 labs running. It looks like there's actually quite a few running right now. But yeah, we're not even producing enough singularity science to run all the labs. Looking at 84 a minute right now. That's down a bit. We were at 100 a minute. I wonder what's going slower. 90 a minute. Yeah, that's about right. Yeah. If I wasn't on 20 times science, it wouldn't be too bad. Most Factorio and Minecraft mod packs and just straight suck. Yeah, it really is weird because they're sandbox games. So how do you design a point at which the player has won that still allows for more after it if they want to, but is in a good spot where players feel like they've gotten to chew on like most of the things they care about. They've gotten to sink their teeth into all of that before they won. And it doesn't feel like the amount of grinding goes from 0 to 100 in those last, few steps of the tech tree. And yeah, that's really hard to balance all of that. I don't argue that point. It is 30 terajoules, right? Like the amount of power we need to actually activate it? Or is it more than that? Because 30 terajoules is 30,000 gigajoules, right? So it's just 3,000 DT fuel cells, I think. Gosh, I put more than that in my aircraft fleet. And yes, Alor, I also agree they should not balance around 20x. In fact, personally, I think they should balance around 1x, which I don't think they have. I think very few Factorio mod makers, I want to say Nullius was the first one, at least that I noticed, doing it well in terms of balancing the science as you go through the ages. I don't even think Vanilla does a great job of making science expensive enough. I think Vanilla Factorio is meant to be very approachable to new players. So I think having the early tiers of science be cheap makes a lot of sense. But I do think base game Factorio should follow the thing that now a lot of mod packs are starting to do. It's like it's slowly catching on as like, oh, this is a better way to do it. Of like, oh, the higher tiers cost more of the early tiers. And it kind of forces you to rework some of the early sections of your base. Though some people would argue that's not fun, and they want the early game red science build that they do to last for the whole game. If I want, 60 science a minute, or... Yeah, 1 science a second, if that's what I do, I want that to be enough for the whole game. And that's how Vanilla Factorio is. I think it's a little too easy, but I'm a power player, and I'm not the average player, so I guess that's just my opinion. Wait, what? That's not what I was saying, Complex. Mod makers do not balance around 20x. What I'm saying is they should balance around 1x, and I don't think it is balanced around 1x. I think most mods are too easy on 1x. But Nullius did different methods, and then Pi is, as you're saying, Dave, has also transitioned to that method, which I like. And so I think more and more mods are starting to catch on that, like, you can make the progression of science cost more and more in a way that forces the player to actually, like, rework some things, which is cool. Okay, so if all of these have 50 and I have 10 of them, that's 500 DT fuel cells. And I need 3,000. So that should just be just no condition. Just fill them up. Fill them up. And we're actually out of these. Why are we out of these? We're out because it's relatively slow. And that beacon has no modules in it for reasons no one can say. So let's fix that. And let's add some more requests to the chest. Do we have enough? Yeah, that's a good point, Alor. Maybe it would be best to change after you get beacons and like tier 2 modules. That would be a good point because it kind of requires the players to refactor their base with all the new toys that they have, but just once. Because I do agree that Pi has so many more ways to improve all of your production lines as you go that it makes sense to require more and more, but base Factorio doesn't. Until really beacons and modules are really the only way to like build taller rather than wider. And so, and technically like tier 3 assemblers as well. But I think you need a few of those pieces to really make it feel worth it. So by the time you have beacons and modules and probably tier 3 assemblers, then I think it could be time to say, hey, you gotta make more of this stuff. I do like Factorio not needing the stupid basic early packs later on. I actually like that. I don't know if I love having to build different labs. That feels tedious. It's like I already built a lab setup. Just let me keep using the same one. At least having 3 tiers of labs feels like too many. Maybe just one big one for the end. But I don't feel like needing 3 tiers of lab felt interesting in any meaningful way. To me, at least. But that's just me. 93%. Have we slowed down? Feels like we've slowed down. It doesn't look like it. Oh, we're still going. It's just slow. Okay, you're not getting water. What did I do wrong? I actually don't know. Oh, now I know. Those need power. One thing you could do, Dave, to simulate that is have a research that is essentially you make the research times skyrocket way high, like 100 times higher, and so that you have to do a research in the tech tree that multiplies the consumption and speed of labs by some factor. And so then you could just do that research, and then now all your labs cost 10 times more power, but research 100 times as fast, or whatever. And then that's a way to basically require more power from your labs, but keep the same old labs. At least that's one idea. Okay. Anything else? Is concrete the issue here? Yeah, it looks like it's just slowly feeding in. But that should be fine. And that's gonna be 4, 5. They each make 1,500, is that right? I already forgot. Yeah. Because they use 500 and produce 2,000. So 1,500 times 10. So we're gonna need more than that. We're gonna need another like 5. Jeez. Let's just copy. Let's just do 4. Another 4 is enough. is powered. So the T3 labs do look so cool. Yes. And the bigger footprint changes things. I'm actually more, I think when I was saying I only want 2 lab types, I was more thinking basic and advanced being these and not having this one. This one is the one that felt unnecessary to me. Yes, these do allow more modules. 4 rather than 2. 94%. Let's go. All right, let's start collecting. How long does this take? 10 minutes crafting time. Holy wow. All right, we need like a special assembler for this occasion. The Singularity Assembler. Ah! I would run out of concrete, like, right there. That's requested. Bring me more. Okay. Don't want ugly wires over this work of art. Okay, there we go. And these need to be blue. Oh, man. That always scares me. I forget, can we make these blue? Yes. I forget how, though. Constant combinator. Accidentally clicked that. Give them a blue signal. Well, that's just ridiculous. That is not the blue we want. We want that color. There we go. Yes. Beautiful. Okay. Now we need a chest. We'll put a beacon kind of out of the way. It's not breaking anything. Just to get some more speed going. And now we can start collecting the goods. What's up, ATF Dave? Okay, so we need 1,000 rare metals. I'm gonna let bots do the hard work here. So rare metals, 1,000. AI cores, 300. I already forgot half of what goes in here. Concrete, 750. That's all I remember. Mercium plates, beams, and ECUs are all 500. Okay. So Mercium beams, 500. Mercium plates, 500. And ECUs. Ooh. It's a lot of ECUs. And we will hand feed it what it needs for the final craft. Now I also don't know how big it is, but we're gonna make a little shrine for it over here. Be up here. Yeah, this feels like a good spot. Need to make some hazard concrete. Okay. We'll see how big it is, and then we'll adjust. Ooh. I almost nailed the size of one... whatchamacallit? Substation. Look, I gotta have something to do in the last few minutes. Okay, and then let's see. I can have yeah. A clock. Oops. Let's see, how do we do this? We do an arithmetic that does itself plus 1. I'll put 0. And this, if 0 is greater, then how does this work? I forgot how to do a clock. I think it actually is this one. I don't remember how to do a clock timer. So output input count. And this adds 1 to the 0 count. Or does that work? That does not work. Anybody remember how to do this? I'm in the ballpark. I just can't remember exactly how to set it up. And I'm not a smart man. I could definitely do it with more combinators, but I thought you could do it with only 2, or even just 1. Maybe you can't do it with 1. Maybe I need a different color for one of these. Maybe I need red wire. Okay, so this, as long as O is less than 60, it'll cycle O. This counts O up. Feeds the output there. But then we need to reset O. And that happens somehow. Oh, is it this? Oh, that's O plus 0. Ha! I did O plus O. No, that just... So it is plus 1? Shouldn't that be working? Well, R equals 0, output, input, then send R equals 1 when reset. Well, R equals 0, output, input, count. I mean, it doesn't have to be R, it could be 0. Okay. Everything output? Alright, I give up on the 2 combinator version. So, instead, we're gonna say, hey, why has my research stopped? Hold on. Has it stopped? Or is it just slow? It's just slow. We're still going. Okay. It's been at 95% for a while. The goal is to make a timer that loops. It counts like every second or whatever. So... Why loop? I guess technically, it does have an ending point, would be the reason to loop. I guess it would take a while to get there. I feel like it's cleaner to loop. %. Okay, so it'll output T every second. And then this is going to add 1 to T. And then output T. And then we just have another one that says if T equals 60, greater than or equal to 60, then you output R, and you say when R, actually no, when you output R, you need a minus 60T. So we do R times negative 60 and output T. So you're linked to yourself and counting up. That's also linked to the input of this. I don't need that one. Because that's counting up already. And this does the reset. So if T is greater than or equal to, so that needs to see the T. It outputs the reset. That reset touches that. That outputs that, and that loops back into this. Looks like it does a double tick of subtraction. Because it's probably a 1 tick delay there. So I probably need to do negative 30. Or maybe I just need to do greater than 60 instead of greater than or equal to 60. Does that work? Still does a double. It outputs for 2 ticks. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Oh, you're right. I could just do equals because it'll only be true for 1 tick. There we go. Okay, perfect. So now I've got T on a loop. I needed 3 combinators. I know there's a way to do it with 2. Maybe even a weird way to do it with 1. Yeah, whatever. We're not doing it. Okay, so then we hook, let's see. These going. This is a good project to spend the last few minutes on, I think. Okay, and then we need some sort of like deciders that add colors to the mix. So if T is let's do 5 things. If T is less than 12, then you output the blue signal. T is, well, I guess a rainbow's 6 colors. Roy G. Biv, right? Red. Oh, I can't do between. I could do mod, but that's complicated. It would be mod 12 is, no, it would be divided by, T divided by 12 equals 2, which I can't do math here. So that's even worse. And these don't have an ability to be a range either. So actually, I think it's better to make these arithmetic combinators. And do T divided by 12. Output red. Yeah, I think this is gonna work. I don't know if this is gonna work. That's why it's fun. T divided by 24. No, that won't work. We still need to divide by 12. Red. There's no orange. What the hell? Red, OG. And, I guess that'll be teal, and that'll be blue. Close enough. Okay. So then those are the colors. Wait, that's... We don't need the last one. No, we do. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So we hook those up to the T counter. So they should cycle, but offset from each other. I think 12 is going to be too fast. And then we have each of these that's only true if their color equals 1. Oh, I have to hook it up. I was like, why is that one not lighting up? Now why is it turning red? Why are you turning red? Because the red signal is bigger. Damn it. Okay, new plan. We use the letter above the color to determine whether that signal should be on or not. Oh, this gets complicated. Do I need different channels for each color then? Because it's not going to turn a color now, and I can't set a color. I guess I could do if R equals 1, output R, and output blue. I guess. So I could do a double decider on the end of this that says if R, I guess R is red. Right? So if R equals 1, output an R and output a red. Like that. And then we do this, that, and that. And now there should be a red one. But that'll have yellow equals 1. And that should light up yellow when we copy this and change that to yellow. And we change it to the U, and we change it to U. This is not the best way to do this, I promise. Now neither of them is working. Cool. Oh, that needs to be U. That's not quite right. I mean, you can. Oh, goodness. Why is this not working? Shouldn't this be one tick later that you... Oh, no, they're all the same. Right. Oh, God. You know what I can do? Janky solutions are the best. Okay. We can hook up a constant that just adds 1 to U. It or subtracts 1 from U, I mean. Orange, yellow, green, so -2. Viv. So it's blue. Wait. Red, yellow, green, blue. Yeah. So this is the third one. And then blue. Negative. Is it working? Nope. Oh god. What the hell? Oh, because T is our counter. LOL. If we use good old power on signal as our counter, we'll be fine. I'm just using that because it looks cool. You can't stop me. Okay. Now that's definitely still not working. This is not resetting. Why you no reset? R times negative... Oh, because it's equals. There we go. Maybe the greater than is better, and then we'll do -30. Okay, now that's not working the way it's supposed to be. But U should be delayed by 1. Oh no, sorry. I need to add this to the output, not the input. There we go. It's a little glitchy. Why is it doing that? Oh, it's the -30. Damn it. It does need to be -60. Haha. But it's only working every other second? Oh, because it's doing 2 ticks. Right. Okay. There it is. There it is, there it is, there it is. Okay, 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 okay. We're getting there, we're getting there. Okay, so then we copy this. The other 3 colors. We're at 98%. This is all perfect timing. Alright, alright. We need some more green wire. Okay. I can't see garbage with these anymore. I wish there was an easy way to, I guess that helps. Okay. You know how there's the pipe visualizer mod? Rygaard's pipe visualizer? What I want is a Rygaard's circuit network visualizer. Alright, so we got R, 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 red, U, 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 yellow. Then we've got S, 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 green. And we've got W, 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 teal. And finally T, 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 blue. And then we program these 3 to be S3. No, S1. And then you are W1 and you are T1. Oh, baby. That turns blue for a second, and I don't know why. Oh, it just turns off too quickly. Huh. Well, I know why. It's like it needs to count up to 71. That is amazing. All right. Still not quite right on the timing. We'll fix it. Oh yeah, baby. Let's go. Oh, that's so cool. Okay, so why the delay? It's because it's not starting. I actually think if I go to 70, but then I subtract 60, it'll work properly. It's beautiful. This is the best thing I've ever made. Who needs to play Factorio when you can just mess with circuits all day? Oh, I love it. I love everything about it. Okay, let's get these hooked up. Same style. Let's put it out of the way a little bit. You know, that just makes too much sense. That's why not to do that. Sometimes Krydex is not a smart man. Oh my gosh, guys. This is amazing. Now we need Disco Spidertron to do some dancing. Oh, I need to take out my belt immunity. There we go. And look at the timing on this. We're at 99%. We are at 99%. So it will be done any moment now. Yeah, this is an entire YouTube episode, by the way. People are gonna love it. Gosh, this is too fast. I need like a red belt or something. Oh, my inventory can't handle red belts. Maybe at least a blue belt, and we'll do an extra wiggle here. That's a little better. Yeah. Yeah, I'll move the brains here in a second, now that I've remembered that wire can transmit over distances. Yeah! Woohoo! Alright, I gotta take a screenshot of that little thing being done. Alright, let's move this to over here. And then we connect this to this. And then we connect this to those. And then we consider how awesome it will be if instead I do this, and then this, and then this. And then this. I'm not sure. I don't know if it'll line up right, because the last one is a blue one and a red one at the same time. So it's a little jacked up. I guess if I make it one tile bigger, will it line up perfectly? It will. So let's do that. Definitely worth it. Now what I don't know is if it will perfectly be able to center the transceiver. So that's a little bit of a question mark. But yeah, now this is one full, and then that's one full, and then that's one full, and that's one full, and now it should go in a circle. And that's just dope as hell. Oh. Oh no! Going the wrong way. Okay, so this one's the wrong one. Oh no, now I don't know which way they're going. That's down? I think it needed to be up. So if I do Control V, rotate, rotate. I think that's right. No, but that was the full build. Oh god. Oh god. Okay, what's easier is just to not do that. I don't care what direction it's going, as long as it's all the same. One rotation each should accomplish the task. Ah. What's so annoying is, like, it uses up a wire when you attach things and it doesn't give it back when you unattach them. 3 wires are going to be nice. Oh, baby. That really, in the nighttime, oh, it's glorious. Okay. Let's take a screenshot of that, and that's a thumbnail for sure. Okay, and now we need to craft... Where did we put that? That's over here, with a far less exciting lighting scheme. But the transceiver... Where are you? There you are. And you guys... Let's see, let's turn off personal logistics. Put all my crap in here. Pick up all this crap. Plop it in here. There we go. Transceiver being crafted. It's only gonna take, like, I don't know, a minute. We'll plop down the transceiver in the middle, and that will be the end of episode 80... What are we on? I don't even know what we're on now. That'll be 88. So episode 89, hopefully, will be the final episode. Oh, this is just so cool. I can't even with it. I can't even. Yeah, it's definitely episode 69, 420. More modules? I mean, look, it's already got plus 375% speed. Do you really think another plus 200% is gonna... Okay, yeah, I guess it'll help a little bit. But it doesn't really matter. It's almost done. Boop. Yeah, 109 hours. Let's go, baby. Alright. So, now let's see if it's offset or not. What a fun game I like to play. Okay, so it's... So that's the corner. It's offset. Damn it. Hard to tell exactly where, so let's do this. Yeah. Okay, well, I'll build it top left, because everyone knows top left is the way to do it. So then, go there, there, and that's top left, right? Yeah. Yeah, okay, close enough. We ain't remaking the dance floor. You know, it's funny. I can't center it, because then the dance floor won't look right. Because if I center it, then it won't, like, loop around. And if I make it one tile bigger, then we don't have the right amount of colors anymore. So I don't think there's a way to do this, unfortunately. It also doesn't... Wait a second. Something doesn't look right here. Okay, that's the corner. That's that corner. That's that corner. That's that corner. Oh, wait, what? It's not a square. It's one tile bigger sideways than it is upways? Yeah, because I built a perfect square. So, I can't change the dance floor, my friend. Alright. That's good enough. Actually, visually, which one looks better? I think that looks more centered visually. Oh my gosh, this is just absolutely incredible. Okay, now I'm not going to power it up yet, but we will take a picture here for posterity and save the game, and we will connect it in the next episode. So, for those of you on YouTube, as always, thank you guys for watching. This has been a fun one. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll see you all in the next and final episode.